Lao Tzu once said, "Care about what other people think, and you will always be their prisoner." And if there's ever been a time when that quote hit harder, it's now, in the age of likes, filters, and fake perfection. Let's be real for a second. We don't post anymore to share life. We post to prove life. The outfit, the car, the vacation, the "I'm doing fine" smile, all of it carefully curated for people who don't even know our middle name. We've all done it. Bought something we couldn't afford just to feel relevant. Posted something we didn't mean just to look confident. Smiled when we were breaking inside, just so people would comment, "You look happy." That's the trap. Because every time you care what they think, you hand them the key to your self-worth. You stop living for yourself and start performing for strangers. You wake up, check your phone, and your mood depends on notifications. 100 likes feel like validation, but one negative comment, it ruins your whole day. You could read 50, "You're beautiful," and one, "You've changed." And that's the one that sticks. That's not living. That's being imprisoned, not behind walls, but behind other people's opinions. You start dressing for attention, not for comfort. You start talking like someone else because it gets more engagement. You start chasing the next post, the next story, the next validation hit. It's psychological. Your brain releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical, every time someone likes your post. But when it stops, when no one reacts, you crash. You start questioning your value, not as a person, but as a brand. And that's how social media traps us. It turns real people into products. And the scariest part, we volunteer for it. We create this cycle, trying to impress people who are just as insecure as we are. Everyone's pretending, but no one's happy. Everyone's comparing, but no one's winning. You see it everywhere. Someone posting designer bags while their heart feels empty. Someone taking a picture with their new car, but crying over the loan later. Someone flexing happiness while scrolling through someone else's better life. We've turned validation into oxygen, and then we wonder why we're gasping when it's gone. But here's what Lao Tzu was really saying. When you live for opinions, you die by them too. Every compliment becomes temporary, and every insult becomes permanent. You stop asking, "Am I happy?" and start asking, "Do they think I'm happy?" You forget who you are because you're too busy editing yourself into someone they'll approve of, someone likable, someone safe. But you don't need to perform to be worthy. You don't need their approval to be enough. You don't need likes to validate your existence. Because here's the truth. Most people are too busy trying to impress others themselves to even notice what you're doing. So post what makes you happy. Wear what makes you feel good. Live a life that doesn't need an audience to be meaningful. Because peace begins the moment you stop chasing perception and start living with intention. The moment you realize you don't need to be seen to be valued, you start to feel free again. Lao Tzu was right. Care about what other people think, and you will always be their prisoner. So here's your reminder. You were never born to impress them. You were born to be real. And real doesn't need an audience. If this message hit you, drop "I choose peace" in the comments, and maybe share this with someone who's still stuck trying to be perfect for the internet. Because freedom doesn't come from being seen, it comes from being yourself.